Welcome back, old friends and new, and I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. And I'm so sorry I've been away from YouTube for so long. I mean, it has been months and months, right? But the thing is that I have been helping my husband in the family business, and he is building these gorgeous cottages in the mountains now, and he needs all the help he can get. Seriously, he's amazing. And his design sense. Okay, I'm gonna show you this, right? This do you see this fireplace here? This is the fireplace in our living room. Okay. And he designed this fire basket to sit on top of the grill. And it is so beautiful now. And we inaugurated it today. And while I have these fireplaces I have this in my study and my bedroom, but the living room it's looking so beautiful there. And I just wanted to share that, it's really cold. It's very cold here. It's like about a 1 degree here outside, and quite possibly by next week or the week after that, it's gonna start snowing. So it's such a joy to have our main fireplace where you can burn, logs, and you can burn pine cones and logs. And today we had pine cones on our fireplace in the main living area. And it's such a blessing because the whole house smells like pine wood. It's wonderful. Anywho, the reason I haven't been on YouTube for a while, despite so many things happening in the world, is because I did a in-depth study. Okay, apart from working, like I've been out the whole day and I've been working, but with God's grace, I've had time to do this really in-depth Bible study, but it's on a very controversial subject. So I haven't, in fact, my family told me, like, don't share this. Like, whatever you do, like, don't share this particular study. But then I did share it with some friends in Israel who shared it with Jewish rabbis, and they got back to me saying this is one of the most stunning studies that they have seen, a stunning study in the Torah that they have seen. Okay. And I was blown away by the study, but as I mentioned, it's on a very controversial subject. So, what I've done is I've uploaded it to my Google Drive. Okay. So, there, and also the Excel sheet I've uploaded. I like working with Excel sheets. All those who have followed this ministry know that I go in depth into the word, and I my studies generally are very in depth, and this is one of the most in depth studies I've done till date, and it is an astonishing study. In fact, it was astonishing to the rabbis who went through it, and they were kind enough to get back to me and say, "Pearl, this is amazing. Can we share this?" And I said, "Please go ahead and share it," because I can't share this because emotions were running so high. And you know what it's related to. You will know. It's related to the Hebrew Strong's Word 2555. And those of you who also study the word, like I do, you can easily, oops, there go my spectacles. You can easily look it up. But I will be sharing this on my Google Drive so you can download it and study it for yourself. But I will not be sharing it on this particular video right now. Okay? Because again, it's a very controversial topic, and I don't want any backlash coming onto my family or my loved ones. Okay, there are just certain things that I will not do. In fact, sometimes I think, I don't know about you, but I do feel that when we stand in front of the throne of God, one of the first things He's possibly going to ask is, "What did you do with the family that I gave you?" And do you know, I realized that 99% of the human race will not be able to answer that question with a lot of joy and love, because God is all about love. He's given us our families to love them, to cherish them. And most of us get so caught up in, the rat race of this world. We get caught up in so many different things. that we put our family last, not first. Most of us, I'm not saying everybody, but most of us do that. Now, I've had the good fortune of being a stay at home mom. I've been an author, a researcher, a writer. I do a lot of things for other authors. I help them out with file conversions, a lot of things. I do editing. But the main thing is I've had the blessing, and it's the God's, it's the Lord's doing, that I've been able to stay at home with my children, with my daughter and my fur babies, and take care of them. And I take care of my family. I cook for them. I enjoy cooking. And it's something that I hope and pray that when that day comes, that I'm standing in front of the throne of the mighty Lord, and He asked me this question, I want to be able to say, Lord, I love the family you gave me, and I took care of them in the best possible way I could. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I don't know. It's just something that I've always thought of. That's possibly the first question He asks when you get in front of the throne. What did you do with the family I gave you? It's just something to think about. I'm just rambling, okay? But now I want to share something else. It's not just our own families, but what did you do? Like, Jesus says in Matthew that when you do for the least of them, you're doing it for me. Now, you and I both know, those of you who've been subscribed to this ministry for a while, know that we've been, there for the children at the orphanage, Miracle Manna, right? I think only we put my specs. Age is catching up, guys. Age is catching up. So I have a whole playlist. Let me reduce this on my channel about this orphanage, right? So there are just 5 videos there. And this is an amazing place. Now, I've known these people personally, Prema and Shivaji, for I think since 2016. Yeah, it's been close to 8 years when the children were all very young. Shivaji is a truck driver and Prema was a nurse. And together they lived in a city called Bangalore, and they still do. And now, of course, the Indian government has renamed it Bengaluru, okay? But anyway, I always call it Bangalore because that's how, when you grow up with a certain city name, you just relate to that name. So, like, I still can't wrap my tongue around saying Kolkata because it's Calcutta to me. I can't say Mumbai because it's Bombay. I mean, we've grown up with those names, so it's very hard. I have to catch myself and say, oh, no, so and so was from Kolkata, or so and so is from Mumbai instead of Bombay or Calcutta or, Madras, which has now become Chennai. So this couple, Prema and Shivaji, were they had a very humble home, okay, a very humble home in Bangalore because he was a truck driver. Shivaji was a truck driver, Prema was a nurse. And they realized there's so many children on the streets of Bangalore, orphans. And do you know what these two did? You can go through the videos that are there on this playlist, but these two amazing human beings, they literally took those children in and gave them a home. They took 23 children, ranging from the ages of 1 to, like right now, I'll tell you, they have the 23 children are still with them, and I've been following their lives since 2016, as I said. It's just amazing. I'm going to give you the range of these children's, the age groups. Because now, okay, now they range from the age of 7, okay. Now, some of these kids weren't even adopted when I knew this orphanage, and they came later. But from the age of 7 to the eldest, Marina, who is 22, she's studying, she's doing her master's in business administration. And Daniel is 20, he's doing his bachelor in business administration. And from grade 1, okay, there are 4 children in grade 1, there are 3 in grade 2. There's so many like that between the ages 7 to 22. Now these kids, Prema and Shivaji took them in and raised them as their own. But you know, they come, they are very simple people. They have had help. Like some people got together in Bangalore and built them a portable home, and things like that. So they have had help over the years. The last since 2016, I think. What does that make it? Almost 8 years that I've known them. They've had help from different quarters, and this ministry has also helped in the sense that the older subscribers, have know about them and they've helped them in the past. Now what's happened is that since Christmas is coming, Prema and Shivaji, they called me and they said, look, we want to get new clothes for the kids. Like, we want to get a new set of clothes for each child. But there are 23 of them. And we don't have the wherewithal to do that. And I said, well, what I can do is what I've done before is put up a video and ask people to help you. Because these lovely children, they sent me a video, right? I'm going to share that with you. Hang on. They're singing. This came in today. Hang on. I think the volume is down. There they are. My adorable kids. Okay, I'm going to stop here. But these babies, they all need a set of new clothes. And hopefully by Christmas. Now, I felt as much as I could, and I was hoping that if the Lord puts it upon your heart, then please send them something. If He has blessed you, He blesses us all. If He's blessed you in a medium way financially, send them little. If He's blessed you in a huge way financially, send them more. Send them what you can. Whatever you feel in your heart to give to them, if you can send it directly to them. I'm going to link all their details, the address, their website, everything, their PayPal ID, everything in the description box. Their phone numbers. So you can call them directly at the orphanage. It's called the Manna Ministry. And they're so looking forward to the Christmas. But the parents, Prema and Shivaji, the adoptive parents, they're still like, we don't have enough to get these babies, to get our children a new set of clothes for 23 of them. So I thought it was put upon my heart in such a big way. Please get in touch with them directly and send them something. Send them anything. Send them a financial blessing so that they can go and immediately get something for these kids. Get them, a set of clothes for each of the children. And because their age ranges are from 7 to 22 now, the older children who've grown up and now are studying in these universities, and they've been given such a blessing by the Lord. Please do something for them. I'm going to link everything, their entire, their phone numbers, everything. You can call them up directly, but do whatever the Lord puts upon your heart to do for them. These kids are adorable. And next month, they're feeling very conscious while singing. They sent me this video because I told them, listen, I'll make a video for the kids. Okay, I'll make a video for them. And they sent me this video, and I thought I'd share it with you guys as well. I think they're a little conscious in this video. So anyway, I'm going to link to all their details in the description box. Now, I know many of you have helped them out in the past, and you have their numbers already. You have their address, their numbers. You've spoken to Prema and Shivaji directly, so you've helped them out before. So now's the time. Please open up your hearts, and just send them whatever you can. Okay, whatever the Lord puts upon your heart to send them, just please help them out. Please, for this coming Christmas. I know there's just 2 days left, but whatever you feel, anyway, I get emotional when I talk about these kids and when I talk about Prema and Shivaji, because they are the most incredible human beings I have personally ever come across. And the work they're doing, the way these kids, these 23 kids, we have one or two children or three children at the most running around the house, and we as mothers go crazy, right? Chasing them and looking after them, bathing them, taking care of them. But these two, Prema and Shivaji, have just 23 children, my friends. 23 children they take care of. And anyway, this is there on the Miracle Manna Orphanage is there on my playlists, and you can go and see all the videos there. But now I'm just, like appealing. I hope and pray you can send them something. I hope and pray each child gets at least one set of clothing, new clothes for Christmas. Okay, that's what their parents want for them, and that's what I'm also hoping for them. Okay, so now coming to the study, I'm just going to take you very briefly, all right, into the study. Now, as I mentioned, this study, I sent it to some friends in Israel, and they forwarded it to their rabbis, and the rabbis were absolutely, absolutely stunned. And they got back to me saying, "This is amazing. Like, have you been studying long, etc., etc." And I just said yes. So this particular word, Hebrew Strong's 2555, it literally occurs 60 times, okay? And the value 60 is associated with this alphabet, Samek, which is the 15th Hebrew alphabet, okay? And it's often depicted as a full circle. Now, I'm not going to explain the study, okay, but I'm not going to explain it. I'm sure it's pretty you'll understand it when you go through it, okay? So I'm going to share this as a link in the description box to my Google Drive that you can download, okay? And here's the Excel sheet. I have gone through each one of the 60 occurrences of this particular word, okay, each one of them in this. So it goes all the way from 1 to 60. I've explained it in full. And when you go through the study, oh my goodness. The last occurrence of this particular word is in Malachi 2:16, the 60th occurrence, the full circle. And 2:16 is what, my friends? 2:16 is 6 times 6 times 6 in mathematics. So we know who the puppeteer is behind this whole thing. Because it's mind-boggling. Just go through the study, download it. I've put it on my Google Drive. Download this Excel sheet. Just go through it. You will be mind blown. Because when I sent it, okay, to the rabbi, so the other video is here, right? I'll just play that while this is the other video. Now my house is a mess, right? Don't look at what's behind because okay, I'm gonna reduce the volume. Hang on. I'm so tech challenged, as you all know by now, right? So I'm going to reduce this volume, and it's just a 30-second thing. So this is what my darling husband designed. Look at that. That's the fire basket. And look at the intricacy of everything. The design is just, I was so happy with this. And the living room is so warm and nice. Okay, don't look at the mess there, please. Because I put all the furniture aside. They were bringing all this in and putting them in the fireplace. So earlier we used to burn logs just like that, okay? We used to just burn logs like directly on this, this indentation with the grill below it. But then he decided he wanted to get us a fire basket. And I thought it was amazing because, well, it's beautiful. And this was just put in today. So I'm really thrilled with it. I don't know, can I reduce this so I can show you the whole thing? It's so pretty, look at that. And of course we put the fire screen, in front so that the sparks don't fly out and burn the rugs and things. Of course I moved everything aside when this came in. But I think it's pretty beautiful, don't you? I mean, I have fireplaces. I have these little box fireplaces, right? With the pipes going through the walls and all. But This is an open fireplace, and I think it's absolutely beautiful the way he's designed it. And you can, when you burn wood, okay, when you do a log fire, you have all this crackling sound, and the pine cones give this heavenly, heavenly scent. It's pine resin, I think, that's within the cones that burns and gives out this amazing aroma, and it fills the house. I wish I could make you smell it. Those of you who have fireplaces and use pine cones, of course, know that, but I just thought I'd share this happy thing with you. Anyway, so this and the study and Miracle Manna are 23 kids at the orphanage in Bangalore, which is now called Bangalore. Okay. Last time I remember somebody sent them something and they said, Pearl, they're not in Bangalore, they're in some city called Bangalore. And I was like, guys, that is Bangalore. The Indian government has just renamed it Bengaluru. Don't worry, they're still in Bangalore. It's still the same city. It's just called a different name now. Just as Bombay has become Mumbai and Calcutta has become Kolkata. Luckily, they haven't changed Delhi's name. Otherwise, I don't know. It's just very confusing, even for someone like me, who lives in India. And I've grown up in the UK, but I live here now. I've lived here for many years, decades. And it's confusing for me. So imagine how confusing it would be for anyone who's not living in India. And you tell them, oh, there's this orphanage in Bangalore, and please, they need some help. And can you directly get in touch with them and help them out with their kids? And they're like, it's not Bangalore, it's some place called Bangalore. And so I'm just saying it out before any of you can, get back to me and say, it's not even Bangalore, it's some place called Bangalore, because the banks and everything, they say Bangalore based on the government of India's change in name for that city, right? It's become Bangalore. But when we speak or even between friends, when we talk about it, it's always Bangalore. So anyway, I wanted to share that, and I wanted to share these beautiful children and with you guys. And I hope that those of you who have helped them before and know them and have been in touch with them can help them out once more. As I said, everything is there in the description box. And as for the study, the entire Excel sheet, which has absolutely stunned the rabbis, I'm going to put the link to my Google Drive in the description box and the first comment. You can just click on it and go through that study. I'm telling you guys, it is one of the most in-depth and the most, what can I say, incredible studies that I have ever done personally. And I've done quite a few, and you all know that. Those who follow this ministry, you guys know that. It's just that this study, I could not post it before because passions and emotions were so high worldwide, and they still are. I'm not saying they're not. But had I posted it before, I don't know what repercussions there could have been, but there would have been something. It would have There would have been repercussions. And my family, my loved ones told me that we know you love the Bible, we know you study the Bible, but don't share this. Don't share it publicly. If you want, share it with a very close group of friends. And I did that. And then the study went forward from that close group and it reached certain rabbis. And when they got back to me, I thought I must share it. But I'll take my time in sharing it. Let all the emotions, let people calm down a bit. The world over, people were it was such a thing. You know what I'm talking about. And I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings because I have friends from all faiths. Okay, my family knows people of all faiths. And in India, it's such a beautiful country that we have here. And I feel so blessed to be here because people of all faiths, you name it, whether they're Parsis, whether they're Muslims, whether they're Jains, whether they're Sikh, whether they're, any and every faith you can think of, Buddhists, we all live in this country together and in harmony, which is something you can't say for most places in this world today, right? And I have friends from all walks of life, okay? Starting from, people like wonderful people like Prema and Shivaji. who run an orphanage. They came from humble beginnings and they're still very humble people, and they've done something so incredible. They've taken in 23 street children, given them a loving home. These kids are their babies. You should see the way they interact with them. You should see the way the kids are with them. Right now, there's this video here, okay? I'm going to show you this. Hang on, I put my specs. This video here, you should see how even the little dog, okay, it's called the Miracle Manna doggy, sings along with the children. Even the dog is like into singing along with the kids. They're all sitting together and they're saying grace, and then the dog is singing along with them, and it's this incredible atmosphere there, filled with love. And as I said, I really feel that the first thing that the Lord is gonna, when you go before the throne of God, first thing He's going to ask is, what did you do with the family I gave you? And these people are like family for all of us. Because when Jesus said, when you did for the least of them, you did it for me, He meant this. He meant giving to those who, there's a reason why some of us are born with a silver spoon and some of us are born without parents, without even the basics, without even love. With people who, some kids are born into homes, not even homes, they're left orphaned. So why is that? Why does God do that? I've often asked, when I was growing up, I used to think, I'm so blessed to have parents who I honor. I used to fight with them when I was a teenager, but I honor them now. As a mother, I know how tough it is to be a parent. And I just feel that God has done this so that those of us who have been blessed, it could be, you could spend time, with people who are less privileged. I wouldn't call these children less privileged. They're not. They are blessed by the Lord and they are loved by the Lord because they have a home with Prema and Shivaji where they're loved, they're secure, they're safe. In today's world, you know what happens to children, everywhere, all over the world. There's so many horror stories you hear. These babies are blessed. And now some of them have grown to, they've finished their schooling, they're going through graduation. And Marina's already, she's in masters of business administration. She has the brightest of futures ahead of her. But as they said, we don't have that kind of, financial resources. Can you imagine, they're all, the family is like 25 people, Prema, Shivaji and their 23 kids and their little dog. And all those, everyone has to be fed. Everyone has to be clothed. Everyone has to be educated. There's so much that we can do for people like Prema and Shivaji. We ourselves, I mean, I know I don't have the courage to take in 23 children from the street and raise them myself. I do not have that courage. And I can openly say that. I don't know how many people have that kind of strength, courage, determination, compassion, love to be able to do something like that. Anyway, I wanted to come by and share that with you and share that I've started working again, which is why I haven't been able to do YouTube videos. I've still been doing a lot of studies, which I have not shared. Excuse me. It's really, really cold here, even with the heater. I'm sorry. And did you hear? I believe something is starting up again. But anyway, I'm in a very remote part of the hills, so this is just a catch in my throat, I think. Okay, so I'll say bye now, and I do hope and pray everything, all the description, everything will be in the description box. Okay, just go through that. And please get in touch with them and please help them out. And please download the study, this intense study, which has even stunned rabbis. I'm so thrilled about it. I'm like, thank you, Lord, for giving me such an in-depth study. And please download that from my Google Drive and go through it yourself. And you'll be amazed. It is perhaps the most in-depth study on this subject anyone has done. And I'm not saying that because I've done it, because I haven't done it. It's the Holy Spirit that helps me with this sort of thing, right? So I'll say bye now. And I hope to meet you all soon again. Enjoy the study.